Crazy thing happened over the weekend. The White House admitted the Chinese spy base that they denied existing in Cuba is real and a real threat to America's national security. Here's the before and after from John Kirby at the White House podium.
Look, I've seen that press report. It's not accurate. What I can tell you is that we have been concerned since day one.
We were as forthcoming as we should have been at the time the first stories appeared.
This White House keeps taking it on the chin from China. Today's headline wasn't any better. Just in, U.S. cybersecurity officials warns the Chinese hackers are prepared to disrupt critical infrastructure in the event that there was some kind of conflict with China. Remember, a week ago tonight, we started the show with a warning. First tonight, this is how wars start. They start because of a lack of respect. Around the world, it is clear our enemies do not respect America. More specifically, they do not fear President Biden. And then almost every day last week, new headlines underscored this dangerous dynamic. The Saudis continue to bully President Biden, have no fear of an American response. Clearly, the Chinese don't either. Florida Congressman Michael Waltz is here, first Green Beret elected to Congress. I can't help but think, as we think about this, that the Chinese spy base in Cuba in and of itself is not that big of a deal in the sense that you'd expect them to have spy bases. To me, it's a larger compilation of our enemies don't fear us and our allies don't trust us anymore.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think part of the wishy-washiness or even, outright lies from the administration over this base is because Secretary Blinken is going over next week. The administration is desperate not to interfere with that trip. They were already frustrated they had to cancel it because of, a spy balloon violating our sovereignty and spying on our most sensitive bases last time. So they didn't want anyone to step on that trip. And really what's driving that is this underlying belief in this administration that if only we can reestablish diplomacy, if only we can get our adversaries to the table and be kind enough, be gentle enough, and make enough concessions, that they'll return the favor in kind. And you and I, Leland, both know, having served around the world, that our enemies, when they smell weakness, they're going to push even harder and further until they steal.
Yeah, no, look, weakness is provocative. I mean, it's just the way life is, you can't expect a tiger to change its stripes, which is what China is. I think that's what makes the timing of this story and some of these other leaks about China so interesting. You used to work in the White House. You worked for Dick Cheney. There's times when leaks are sanctioned because the administration wants something out there that they don't want to have their hands dirty with and their fingerprints on. But then there's the times that there's the unauthorized leaks, and that's what this seems to be. Listen to Admiral Kirby today talking about it.
Sadly, not everybody seems to take it as seriously as we do, because clearly there's a source or sources out there that think it's somehow beneficial to put this kind of information into the public stream. And it's absolutely not. And there's a limit even now to what we can say about our knowledge of these activities. And I can just tell you, as somebody who works with all of you on lots of different sensitive stories, I wasn't about, in any way, shape, or form, to violate operational security by talking in any more detail, either before the first story or after the first story.
Okay, whatever that word salad means. But at the same time, you talk about Antony Blinken going overseas and the administration not wanting to mess that trip up. How much do we read into this leak as somebody inside the intelligence community trying to wave the flag and say, look at all the bad things China is doing, look at the appeasement, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it?
Yeah, look, Leland, I can tell you the old adage in D.C. is true. Whenever you see a White House complaining about leaks, that's because it didn't come from them and because they didn't control and they got a narrative out there that they didn't want out in the public space.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.